Hi guys, Aris, Hardware Busters. Still in Taipei, Taiwan, at the airport, waiting for the plane to go back home in Cyprus. I have to mention some things about the best stuff that I've seen in this year's Computex. There was nothing new to basically to see there except for some CPU paper launches by both AMD and Intel. Qualcomm had already announced its laptop CPU. On top of that, there was nothing about the upcoming GPUs by NVIDIA and AMD. Rumors say that NVIDIA will release the 5000 series later this year, much later. The first model to be released will be the highest one, the RTX 5090, which will be super expensive. Again, 600 watt power consumption, probably more, we don't really know yet. Even in the next year, the lower models of the 5000 series line from NVIDIA. Anyway, the best stuff I've noticed there, of course, the fact that Corsair released the new SFX unit, SF850 and SF1000, and it completely ditched 80 plus. It was about time for that to happen. So the new Corsair PSUs have only cybernetics ratings, and from now on, this will be the case for Corsair, only cybernetics ratings and nothing else. Superflower released a Monster, 2800 watt Monster. Probably they will go even higher given that Cooler Master announced a 3 kilowatt power supply. Speaking of Cooler Master, they had a passive unit, 1100 watt passive unit, which is so far we only had 700 watt maximum passive unit from Seasonic. Cooler Master's unit though is 1100 watt only at 230 volt input. With 115 volt input, it will be restricted to 850 watt maximum power. Still, it's quite high, I can say. The crazy warranty by Cooler Master, 15 years. You buy a new car, you buy a new GPU, a new home, I don't know, nobody will give you 15 years warranty. But Cooler Master thought that it is wise to do so. Of course, I have strong objections about that and don't believe that for you consumers and for me, it's good to have a 15-year warranty. And if indeed the PSUs cannot outlive such a long warranty, then most likely the brands and the manufacturers will cease to exist. Something that is not beneficial, of course, for all of us. So why the 15-year warranty? This is a marketing trick that they do to lure, I think, consumers. For me, everything above 5 years of warranty is crazy. Enermax, Leak Tech, XTR360. In the show, handled CPUs by both Intel, Xeon Intel, and 3D per AMD with over 900 watt power consumption. Of course, this was with Cinebench running and not something else. And we had Noctua NHD15 G2 cooler, which costs a ton of money, $150 or euros. This was way, way too high. XPG NIA gaming handheld console was also introduced there. From Be Quiet, a new chassis, light base 600 and 900. It looks a very interesting chassis, and some fans also. I especially like this Be Quiet chassis because it was highly versatile. I'm expecting for to arrive sample for review and see firsthand what it can do, the capabilities that it has, that it provides to you. It won't be an easy review, most likely, because the most features a chassis has, the more we have to do. But anyway, another thing that I didn't see having enough coverage is Cooler Master's Flight Simulator with motion. And the fact that Cooler Master actually sells the stuff. The price is super expensive, guys, super expensive. They told me something about $3,000 for the cockpit, and for the complete system, something above 10,000. I'm not sure if this information that the Cooler Masters PR provided to us are correct, but anyway, it was very, very good simulator. And since I'm into flying lately, I appreciated the simulator. Cooler Master also had a 57-inch dual 4K monitor to show. It isn't cheap, it isn't affordable. The PR told me something about 5,000, but most likely he's wrong because Acer has released the Predator Z57, which costs $2,000. And so I believe that Cooler Master's monitor will be about the same. It doesn't use an OLED panel, but a VA one. I'm not so sure that the VA panel will be good for such a big monitor, but we will see about that. Cooler Master also had a cryo phone charger. The good thing with this phone charger is that it can keep cool your mobile phone while charging. That's a very neat feature, especially in hot countries like Cyprus. If you charge the phone, uh, it can easily stop working if it exceeds a temperature. Colorful AI cartoon transformation. Eric tried that out. I didn't. A chassis from Segotev, actually, which I believe belongs, which belongs to Colorful. The Meow chassis. That was very interesting. And another interesting stuff that we've seen in Colorful's booth was the car wheel PC. A very, very talented guy actually managed to build a PC inside a wheel, a car wheel. It was very, very interesting, and I liked the whole concept. Now, this was the stuff, the most interesting stuff that we've seen in this Computex 2024. As I've told you before, there wasn't really anything new to see there because, okay, they announced the new CPUs, but we didn't have them there to see them operating. Especially Intel was a very rush out announcement. They didn't have any prices, they didn't have any specific details, they didn't have anything. At least AMD was some mention about the expected performance. And of course, we're all still waiting when the new GPUs will be out. Guys, there's some skepticism about NVIDIA's future because only 10% of NVIDIA is devoted now to desktop hardware. I mean the RTX GPU series and stuff. And the whole 90% is for workstations, for AI, server units, and stuff like that. So from the one side, you have the NVIDIA RTX 4090 being sold at $1,500, 2,000 the most, and on the other hand, you have the NVIDIA H1000 or A1000 sold from $30,000 to $40,000. That's extreme. So given that these two cards have minimal hardware differences, why NVIDIA should bother more with the desktop PC market from the moment the money are not there? I'm not so sure for how long NVIDIA will continue providing enough quantities of the RTX series GPUs. We will see that, but if it continues like that, I believe that at some point they will say, okay, we highly restrict the desktop hardware and we devote our manufacturing lines to the server market, where the money are. That's all. In the next video.